Did you know that it takes the effort of 5,000 cows a year to keep Cheetos running? Neither did we, but we're here to fix that. In this video, we'll be going over the rich and ridiculously cheesy history of our favorite corn puff snack. Keep watching until the end of this video, and you may find a better understanding of why you may be obsessed with Cheetos, and why you may not actually have a choice. Early history. The history of this cheesy corn puff snack all started with the creation of a company called Frito Company by Charles Elmer Doolin in 1932. Frito Company initially produced and sold corn chips, aptly named Fritos, which were made by frying cornmeal dough and dusting them with salt and other powdered flavorings. But Charles knew there was more to be done with cornmeal, and his experimentation eventually led to the birth of Cheetos. Cheetos, first released in 1948, was named after cheetahs, the fastest mammal alive. And the name was a great fit, considering how fast Cheetos sold out. Soon, the demand for Cheetos would be too much for Frito to handle, and they eventually partnered up with another spud stud. In 1961, Frito Company merged with H.W. Lay & Company to form Frito-Lay Inc., creating a larger snack food company with a broader distribution network. This merger helped Cheetos reach a wider audience and expand its market presence to all over North America, and then eventually partnering with PepsiCo to reach customers around the world. This fame soon drew competitors in the cheesy cheese puff market, prompting other chip brands, such as Hare's, to release their own cheese puffs. But no matter how hard they tried, there was just no beating the king of the crunch. How it's made. Chester Cheeto was definitely right. It really isn't easy being cheesy. Not only is the Cheetos cheese formula hard to replicate, but the texture of the Cheeto itself is also one of a kind. Crisp on the outside, but perfectly puffy and fluffy on the inside, it needs the perfect ratio of ingredients to achieve greatness. Thankfully for us, Charles Elmer Doolin shared this magnum opus to the world. There are two simple ingredients to making a Cheeto puff: cornmeal and water, and both are mixed together to form the base batter. Then, once the batter is completely incorporated, it goes into an extruder, specifically built for Cheetos. These extruders take the batter and put it under a certain level of heat and pressure that turns the batter into a collet, the company's technical term for a plain Cheeto. Although extruders are a common machine used in most other snack factories, Frito-Lay uses a top-secret extruder specifically built for Cheetos that puffs batter into the Cheeto shapes that we know and love today. The collets are then deep-fried in 300-degree oil to give it the signature crunch that made it famous in the first place. These crispy collets are then dusted with copious amounts of Cheetos special blend cheese powder. And by copious, we mean copious. The amount of cheese sprinkled onto Cheetos makes sure that you get the cheese fingers that you know and love. These Cheetos are then packed and sent out for the entire world to enjoy. Cheesy charm. Cheetos has cemented itself into the snacking Hall of Fame, and it didn't just get there just because it was delicious. The brand is built on icons, and the most obvious of which would be Chester Cheetah. Chester Cheetah was introduced in the late 1980s as a part of Cheetos marketing and advertising campaigns. Chester Cheetah is depicted as a cool and smooth-talking cheetah who embodies the playful and mischievous nature of that era. Over the years, Chester Cheetah has evolved and appeared in different iterations. He has been animated in commercials, featured in video games, and even starred in his own video game titles like Chester Cheetah, Too Cool to Fool, and Chester Cheetah, Wild Wild Quest. Even the cheese dust itself is iconic, spawning a phenomenon called Cheetos, referring to moments when your fingers are caked in layers of cheese powder. Although this was an accident at first, Frito-Lay has since started adding more cheese powder to your Cheetos to ensure that your fingers get Cheetled every single time. Thank you, cheese gods. Speaking of iconic, even the shape of Cheetos is iconic. So iconic that in 2017, a minor Cheeto error produced the spitting image of a gorilla. But not just any gorilla, this was King Harambe we're talking about. This error was so unusual and novel that it sold for $99,990. which is enough to buy an approximate 28,568 bags of Cheetos. Cheetos has turned all of its happy accidents into gold mines, but perhaps the most famous happy accident would be their Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Flamin' Hot. It's the 1970s, and it seemed like Cheetos was already soaring through the skies to become the star corn chip on the market. But little did Frito-Lay know that their next shining star was already rocketing towards them. Introducing the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, what is arguably Cheetos' second most successful new flavor. But this wasn't a corporate decision. Oh no. These Flamin' Hot Cheetos came from the mind of a factory janitor. Richard Montanez, an immigrant from Mexico, began working as a janitor at the Frito-Lay plant in Rancho Cucamonga, California in the 1970s. As the company encouraged forward thinking even from every employee, one day he would notice that multiple batches of fried, crispy Cheetos had gone through completely plain without their signature cheese powder due to a cheese machine problem. Now, normally these plain Cheetos would have been thrown out, but Montanez had other ideas. He took a batch of plain Cheetos home and coated them with a homemade blend of chili powder and other spices. Montanez then presented his creation to the company's executives, who were impressed by the taste and potential of the spicy snack. Frito-Lay decided to give Montanez's creation a chance, and the Flamin' Hot Cheetos were introduced to the market. Richard Montanez's success story with Flamin' Hot Cheetos led to his rise within Frito-Lay. He eventually became a prominent executive in the company, continuing to innovate and contribute to new product development and marketing strategies. But all was not fine in the Flamin' Hot saga. Bumps in the road. Although the story of Richard Montanez was inspiring to a lot of blue-collar workers out there, this fairy tale would come under much scrutiny from other investigative agencies. One such agency would be the LA Times, led by reporter Sam Dean. Sam would start digging into this fairy tale story, looking for newspaper clippings or any more information regarding Montanez's connection to the conception of the product. To the surprise of many, every piece of proof that he had found did not line up well with Montanez's story. Frito-Lay's itself contributed to the investigation, further exposing the rags to riches story for what it is, a fairy tale story weaved by Montanez to falsely claim his glory. Things came to a head when the actual creator and tester of Flamin' Hot Cheetos stepped up. Lynn Greenfeld, an employee of Frito-Lay's, has been proven as the true owner and mastermind behind the Flamin' Hot Cheeto. Although PepsiCo and Frito-Lay still pay respect to Mr. Montanez, you can't help but wonder if this was a white lie that the two companies milked to up their market. PepsiCo even poured out a budget for a biopic depicting the false success story. But regardless of the truth, the fairy tale story worked in Cheetos' favor from a marketing standpoint. Cheetos and even Flamin' Hot Cheetos were more famous because of this rags to riches story. I mean, who doesn't love a fairy tale? Cheetos today. Today, Cheetos still stand tall as a snacking powerhouse, delighting taste buds and captivating snack enthusiasts worldwide. Cheetos have come a long way from the original cheese puff, introducing other successful flavors such as white cheddar puffs and even spicy jalapeno Cheetos. Nowadays, you can see Cheetos associated with mac and cheese, fast food burger collaborations, and even popcorn. But no matter the vessel, true Cheetos flavors still shine through. Cheetos have also successfully tapped into their Latino market and has now become a staple in most Mexican street food, from elotes to an original recipe called Cheeto Locos. Truly, Chester Cheetah has earned his spot in the Mount Rushmore of snacks. Cheetos has become more than just a snack. It's a symbol of joy, fun, and culinary innovation. With each new flavor variation and limited edition release, Cheetos continues to push the boundaries of creativity and surprises us with exciting taste adventures. Hopefully, their next innovations are built on truthful marketing this time.